premium clients don't care about your portfolio. I'm Ezykane, founder of Ezykane Consult, and this channel is where we talk about image, positioning, and the invisible signals that determine whether your high-value opportunities come to you or pass you by. Subscribe if that's the conversation you want to be in. Let's get into it. Here's what most experienced professionals believe about how premium clients make decisions. They believe the decision is rational, evidence-based. That is, if you show enough proof, enough testimonials or case studies, or you have enough credentials, eventually the math adds up and the client says yes. So they build bigger portfolios, they add more case studies, get more certifications, collect more testimonials, and then they're wondering why none of it is moving the needle. Here's the reframe. Premium clients are not making a rational decision. They're making a trust decision, and trust is not built through evidence. Trust is built through presence. The portfolio answers the question, has this person done the work before? That is not a question a premium client is actually asking. Think about how the most trusted brands in the world operate. When you sit across from a McKinsey partner, they don't open with, let me walk you through our 200 successful engagements. They open with a diagnosis of your situation so precise that you think, this person already understands my problem better than I do. The credentials are assumed, but the presence does the work. This is what most accomplished founders are missing. They're playing a game of evidence accumulation when the market is running a game of presence evaluation. So the new frame for this entire video is your portfolio is proof. Your presence is power, and in the hierarchy of how premium clients make decisions, power comes first. If your presence doesn't clear the threshold, they never get to the proof. And right now, for many of you, your presence is creating a ceiling on the clients who can say yes to you, regardless of how strong the portfolio behind it is. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you the 3 invisible signals that premium clients are actually reading. And the second one is the one that surprises most people because it has nothing to do with how you look. But first, let me tell you what happened to me the first time I tried to close a genuinely premium client. When I was about a year and a half into Ezykane Consult, I had a conversation that genuinely humbled me. I'd been referred to a founder, a serious operator. She was running a growing company, exactly the kind of client I'd been building toward. The referral came from someone she trusted, so I went into the call confident, maybe a little too confident. I walked her through my methodology. I showed her case studies. I talked her through my process in detail. Every phase, every deliverable, checkpoint. I thought I was being thorough. I thought I was giving her everything she needed to say yes. She listened the entire time. She was gracious, engaged, asking a few smart questions. And at the end of the call, she said something I've thought about many times since. She said, Ezykane, you clearly know what you're doing, but I feel like I sat through a presentation instead of a conversation, and I'm looking for someone who walks in already knowing what I need, not someone who's showing me they know things. I sat with that for a long time because I didn't know what she needed. I'd known 15 minutes into the call, but instead of saying it, instead of diagnosing the situation and naming it with this clarity and certainty of someone who'd seen it 100 times, I'd gone back to the portfolio, back to the process, back to the proof. I was so focused on showing her I was qualified that I forgot to just be the expert. And here's the contradiction that I've watched trip up some of the most talented founders I've ever worked with. The more experience you have, the more tempting it is to lead with evidence of that experience because you've earned it. You want it acknowledged. And there's a part of you that believes if you just show enough of it, the client will finally understand what they're getting. But premium clients don't need to be convinced. They need to feel certain. And certainty is not communicated through volume of evidence. The third framework is the one that's going to make you rethink every sales conversation you've had in the last year. But let me start with the one that explains what's actually happening in a premium client's brain before they've said a single word to you. Framework 1, the trust hierarchy. This comes from the research of sociologist Niklas Luhmann and was later developed in organizational psychology by Roger Mayer and colleagues at Purdue. They're finding trust in high-stakes professional relationships is not primarily built through demonstrated competence. It's built through three things in this order. Benevolence first. Does this person understand my situation and actually care about my outcome? Integrity second. Is this person consistent? Do their presence and their words tell the same story? And competence third. Can they actually do what they say they can do? Notice where competence lands. Third, not first. Your portfolio is competence evidence, and it's the last thing being evaluated, not the first. Do you get them? Do you understand their world? Does your presence communicate that you operate at their altitude? If the answer is yes, the call moves forward. If the answer is no, or even maybe, the portfolio never gets a fair hearing because the trust foundation hasn't been established. Framework 2. This is the one that changes how you think about every sales conversation going forward. It's called the confidence heuristic, studied by psychologists Cameron Anderson and Gavin Kilduff at UC Berkeley. Their research found that in group settings and evaluation contexts, people consistently attribute competence to the most confident person in the room, not the most knowledgeable one. And crucially, confidence is assessed through behavioral signals, not through what someone says about themselves, through how they carry themselves, how they respond to friction, how certain they sound when they state a price or a diagnosis. The researchers found that observers couldn't reliably distinguish genuine expertise from projected confidence, but they could reliably identify confidence, and they consistently interpreted it as evidence of competence. Think about Oprah in an interview. She doesn't introduce herself. She doesn't walk the guest through her credentials. She enters the conversation already operating at the level of someone whose authority is self-evident, and that posture does more for her credibility than any biography could. The confidence heuristic tells us your certainty is data, and your clients are reading it whether you intend them to or not. And premium clients do not hire people who need validation. They hire people who provide it. Framework 3. This one I developed from patterns across 200 plus clients' engagements. I call it the 3-question premium clients are actually asking, and I want to be very precise here because understanding these questions is what will change how you show up in every sales conversation from this point forward. Question 1, does this person get me? Not can they do the work, but do they understand my world, my pressures, my level? This is evaluated in the first 60 seconds through how you speak, how you dress, how you set up your environment, how you open the conversation. If your presence doesn't signal I operate at that altitude, they don't get to question 2. Question 2, do I trust their judgment? Premium clients are not buying execution, they're buying discernment. They want someone who can see around corners, someone who will tell them what they need to hear rather than what they want to hear. And that kind of trust is not built through case studies. It's built through how precisely and confidently you diagnose their situation on the first call. Question 3, will this person make me look good? This is the one no one talks about, but it's the most honest question on the list. Premium clients are hiring you as an extension of their brand. If you're uncertain, they look uncertain. If you're sloppy in your presentation, they look like someone who makes sloppy decisions. If you apologize for your rates, they feel like they've overpaid. So they're not just evaluating your work, they're evaluating, can I proudly introduce this person to my board, my investors, my network? And that evaluation happens completely, often decisively, before they've clicked on a single case study. I've seen this pattern consistently across founders in consulting, creative services, executive coaching, tech, and professional services. The professionals who convert premium clients at the highest rates are almost never the most credentialed. They're the ones whose presence communicates certainty so clearly that the portfolio becomes confirmation. Let's talk about what is actually costing you. because it goes deeper than a single lost deal. Every time a premium prospect walks through your discovery process, feels that low grade, something's not quite landing, and goes with someone else, you don't get a debrief. They don't email you to say your portfolio was great, but you over-explained your process. And it made me feel like you needed me to validate you. They just go quiet and follow up with a polite no, if at all. And so you're left reverse engineering the wrong problem. You add more case studies, you refine your pitch deck, you lower your rates to remove the friction. You get another certification, none of which addresses what actually happened, which is that the presence didn't clear the threshold. The contract that went to someone with less experience, the speaking slot that went to someone with fewer credentials, the retainer that went to a competitor whose work you've seen and honestly found underwhelming, you're losing to a perception gap, not a competence gap. And the longer that goes unnamed, the more dangerous it becomes, because you start internalizing the wrong story. Maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. Maybe I need to prove myself more, when the truth is almost the opposite. Let me bring this to life with a client I'd call David. David is a brand strategist, 12 years of experience. His portfolio is genuinely impressive. Tech startups that went on to raise millions, e-commerce brands that scaled to 7 figures, non-profits that tripled their donor base. But on discovery calls, the same thing kept happening. Prospects would say, wow, this is impressive. You've clearly done great work. Let me think about it. And then go with someone younger and less experienced. So David did what most people do. He made his portfolio bigger. More case studies, more testimonials, more proof, thinking if I just show them more evidence, eventually they'll get it. It didn't work because the portfolio was never the problem. His Zoom setup was his living room. So we made 3 changes. No new case studies, no credentials, 3 changes to his signal. And within 60 days, he went from 30% to 75%. His average project fee went from $8,000 to $18,000. The proof was always there. We just finally let the power lead. Here's what we actually changed, and I'm going to give you the exact 7-day protocol to apply this to your own positioning this week. The 3rd shift is the one that makes people most uncomfortable. It was the one that changed David's numbers fastest. Here are the 3 recalibrations: specific, sequential, and implementable this week. Recalibration 1. Lead with diagnosis, not credentials. Starting with your very next sales conversation. Restructure how you open. Remove, let me tell you a bit about my background. Remove, I've worked with over 50 clients across Remove any, my process includes 3 phrases, which are, replace them with, here's what I'm seeing in your situation. Name the pattern, name the gap, show them you understand their world with enough precision that they think this person has seen this before, many times, because only someone truly qualified can diagnose with that kind of specificity. You don't need to tell them you're qualified. The precision of your diagnosis tells them. Day 1 and day 2. Write your diagnosis statement for your ideal client. What is the specific pattern they're stuck in that most people miss? What do you see that others don't? This becomes your opening in every sales conversation. Refine it until you can say it in under 60 seconds with complete certainty. Recalibration 2. Make your presence match your positioning. Audit every visual touch point in your sales process, not your delivered work, your sales process. And ask one question. Does this look like someone who charges what I charge? Your LinkedIn headshot, your Zoom setup, your proposal design, your wardrobe on client discovery calls, your website photography. These are not aesthetic preferences. These are signals, and they're either reinforcing your positioning or they're quietly undermining it. Tailored structured clothing in your authority color palettes, navy, charcoal, emerald, depending on your persona. Clean background, professional lighting, a Zoom setup that communicates this person takes their business as seriously as they're asking you to take them. Day 3, do a full visual audit. your LinkedIn, your website, your Zoom background, and your go-to discovery call wardrobe. Identify the single highest impact change you can make in 48 hours. Make that change first. Calibration 3, eliminate all pricing justification. This is the one that makes people most uncomfortable, and it's the one that moves the numbers fastest. Go through your proposals, your pricing page, your sales script, and your follow-up emails. Remove every sentence that is justifying your rate to a prospect who hasn't asked you to. I know this might seem like a significant investment, but delete it. Compared to what other agencies charge for this, delete it. Here's a breakdown of what goes into the investment, delete it. Payment plans are available upon request, listed before anyone has raised an objection, delete it. Replace all of it with clarity. Investment is $18,000. Project begins upon signed agreement and 50% deposit. That's a complete sentence. That's a complete proposal line. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't negotiate with itself. It states, Hermes doesn't explain why a Birkin costs what it costs. They present it, and the presentation is the argument. You are doing the same thing. Day 4 through day 7. Rewrite your pricing page, your proposal template, and your standard rate communication using this standard. Every sentence should pass this test. Does this sound like someone who's certain of their value or someone who's hoping you won't push back? One founder I worked with, an executive coach, 15 years in the field, made these 3 changes and went from a 6-month average sales cycle to closing in under 2 weeks. Not because her offer changed, but because she stopped asking clients to convince themselves and started being the certainty they needed to make the decision. At the start of this video, I said premium clients don't care about your portfolio. Let me be precise about what that means. They don't care about it first. The portfolio is proof, the presence is the door. If the door doesn't open, the proof doesn't matter. Here's the question I want you to take into your sales conversation. Not how do I show them I'm qualified, but how does this person need to feel from me in the first 5 minutes to know they're in the right room? Because that shift from convincing to being is the difference between a portfolio that has to fight for attention and a presence that makes the portfolio feel like a non-formality. What is the one thing you're going to lead with differently in your next conversation? Before you go, I want to hear from you in the comments. Which of the 3 questions do you think premium clients most often can't answer yes to when they encounter your brand right now? Does this person get me? Do I trust their judgment? Will this person make me look good? Drop the number 1, 2, or 3. No judgment, just clarity here. And if this video gave you a new way to see what's happening in your sales conversations, share with a founder who's been adding case studies and wondering why nothing is changing. They need this conversation. Subscribe for this kind of thinking every week. The brand persona quiz is in the description. It's free, 3 minutes long, and no email required. It'll show you exactly what signals your brand is sending before you speak and where the gap is costing you premium clients. And if you want hands-on support, a full audit of your image, your messaging, and your presence, so high-value clients stop hesitating and start choosing, book a brand and image consultation with Ezykane. The link is in the description. Our next video is the 5 signs your brand is quietly undermining your authority. If today's video showed you what premium clients are actually evaluating, the next one shows you exactly where your brand might be failing that evaluation and what is costing you. See you there.